Hello all. How you guys doing tonight? I appreciate you guys coming by just to hang out for a bit. Me, myself, I'm doing terrific. Today is a very special day for me. I think everyone who has this kind of a day feels really special, and it's always a unique feeling. Today, we received a package in the mail. I think no matter how old you get, no matter what age you are, there's always that little kid on the inside that is looking out of the window and peeking down the street, looking for the mailman and wondering when that special item we ordered is going to arrive. It's almost like Christmas for us. And that's okay. As we grow old, when we get in our later years, it's always good to feel like a kid again, every once in a while. As we always do on our segments, let's go ahead and bring this room to life a little bit. Today, we're going to be using the very familiar Smell Good Luxury Room fragrance, Sweet Lavender. With about 2, maybe 3 sprays, this will bring any room to life, giving it a lovely, sweet, bold, but gentle lavender fragrance. And it's such a welcoming and comforting, yet calming scent. I'll drop the link in the description where you can find this for yourself. Also, Naps and Nurture's coffee. This is new to the coffee, produced by none other than Naps and Nurture. And the flavor for this coffee, Jamaican Blueberry Cobbler. This coffee is stunning, able to be bold, but not bitter, smooth, rich, and velvety, has a slight sweetness and slight hints of that blueberry. Now, I know people hear that particular name, Jamaican Blueberry Cobbler, and they think, oh, this is going to be overbearingly sweet and powerful with blueberry. But the blueberry is very gentle, very complimentary, and is not the focus point of this particular coffee. But if you were to add creamer and just a little bit of sugar, it draws out a little bit more of that blueberry flavor. Not too much, but it's just enough to make this such a smooth, velvety, and enjoyable experience when drinking this coffee. When you place your order, you will receive your coffee, a business card with a bit more of our information, as well as a 1/2-inch silicone white and green wristband with Naps and Nurture embellished on the front. That way, you can show embellish a brand that you're proud of, a brand that is also proud to serve you. Now, without further ado, let's get into our package. Now, these particular products are from a company called Simply Addictive. Ingredients are shea butter, grapeseed oil, mica, and fragrance oil. I love the aesthetics of this jar, and I believe this is a 4-ounce jar if I'm not mistaken. This here is a whipped shea butter. So this is going to be something that I can use on body fresh out of the shower to add a little bit of moisture, to add some nice oils and nourishment to the skin with that shea butter, as well as a nice fragrance of my choosing. She has a huge selection of fragrances. This particular shea butter is fragranced with Parfum de Marly's Leighton. You open it up and you have this nice fluffy but thick and weighty consistency. But when you place your fingers to it, you realize it's not really that weighty. Very light, very easy to apply, easy to absorb, Adds a nice sheen to the skin without it being too heavy and too greasy. That is beautiful. It adds that signature smell that Layton has, that sort of spicy, very alluring, sensual, warm fall fragrance. Layton is that for me. That is my go-to fall fragrance, and this captures it completely. What I will say is around the label, be careful when touching with your hands. If your hands are greasy, try your best to avoid that area, or get some tape to go around the outside of it so that you don't damage the label. When using this product, there is the possibility of some oils or anything like that getting on your hands and getting on that label, and you want your product to look as nice as possible for as long as possible. Next up, we have a fragrance oil, and this one is also Parfum de Marley's Layton. AddictiveToShay.com is the name of her website, and she also has the Simply Addicted logo on here as well. You unscrew this, you see there is a roller top. We're going to apply a little bit of this on skin. And it's so pleasant. It's warm. You get that spice. Very sensual. Captures that Layton's vibe. But this one is a bit lighter on the apple. And I would have liked a little bit more, but that's okay. I get a lot of the cardamom, that black pepper. You get that little sensual vibe from that, along with the woods that's located in the fragrance. This is going to do so well in the fall, and it still has this very alluring sort of behavior. And what's different is the shea butter has more of a nuttier sort of vibe to it. So that mixing in with that Layton, that's really special how that comes together. So I'm super excited to try this out in the fall. Now the last fragrance we showcased. Now this fragrance here is probably about a 1/6 of an ounce. The next fragrance we're going to be looking at, this was 1/3 of an ounce. This is a 10 ml, and the name of this one is At the Barber. I believe this is a variation of Maison Margiela's replica series. And he does various fragrances where the title of the fragrance and the way the fragrance smell, they match up extremely well. Hey, that rhymed. That's always nice. This one is a very classic barbershop scent. I'm not the hugest fan of barbershop fragrances, but this one, the way it's done, this one is extremely pleasant. I have numerous barbershop scents in my collection, and although I don't reach for them that often, whenever I do, it's always an enjoyable experience. And I believe it's starting to change my thought process towards barbershop scents. This has that spice and that sort of fresh sort of behavior. It's warm, it's sensual. Maybe there's some amber located in here. There may be some lavender, but I'm not sure. Very nice smell and lovely presentation. This one has the smooth sort of a bottle versus the swirl style bottle from our last one. And as I said before, maybe grab some tape to wrap around the label, as you reach up here and grab this, you don't want to ruin that label. Lastly, we have a fragrance that's a little bit edgier on the title, but no worries. We'll drop the link in the description where you can find out what this fragrance is and where to purchase. And we'll try this on wrist. This one's a bit livelier than the other two. This one has more of a sweeter, slightly fruitier take on things. What I like about oils is they always have that warmth to them. Even if it's a citrus summertime scent, there's always that slight warm feeling and sensual feeling that you're going to get from utilizing a fragrance oil. The presentation for all of these is outstanding. Very lovely presentation, and the smell on these are excellent. With the shea butter, I could imagine that it's going to extend that longevity. of whatever fragrance you may pair it with, or whatever fragrance that it may be infused with. Shea butter is going to be on you for quite a while, adding some protection, moisture, adding some sheen and some nourishment for the skin, as well as providing you a fragrance as well. Overall, great presentation, great fragrances, and I'm very much so impressed by this house. Looking forward to picking up some more products from them, as well as utilizing these products a little bit more on a day-to-day. All of these seem geared a little bit more toward the cooler seasons, so as we exit the summer, we begin to transition into fall, these will be utilized much more. If you guys are enjoying our content, please feel free to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell as well to stay updated on all our content whenever we upload. I want to thank you all for tuning in to FCN, Fragrance Community Network. Everything fragrance related. You all have a good night.
The way you sip your